End.fm. I am DJ Zouain. This is the Hijack. Thank you for being a part of the program. Thank you for listening to the show either on podcasts on your favorite podcast platform, whether that be Spotify, iTunes, Google, or iHeartRadio. You could also check us out on YouTube at DJ Zouain with my YouTube channel. Just started posting stuff there with any sort of frequency. Prior to that, I was just kind of doing what I felt like doing. So with that out of the way, thank you for being a part of the show. If you hadn't noticed, last week we did not do the program. The reason why, because I was out of town. I was hanging out in one of my favorite places on the planet. I was in Colorado. Colorado was amazing. I was there for three reasons. I was there to DJ my friend's wedding, and there's a wedding story at the toward the end of the show that I'm going to be talking about, which I think is kind of pertinent to what we're talking about today. But Colorado was amazing. I was there to DJ her wedding. She actually did some VO work for us. She did some VO work for the Hijack, so you might have heard her voice on one of our intros. One of the previous episodes actually had her on. So that was really cool. I got to DJ on the side of a mountain, which was amazing. Just Colorado's just beautiful. If you've never been to Colorado, especially if you're used to being in a place like Orlando, why does this keep going wide? This thing, you know what? Whatever. You're gonna see this. Basically, what's going on for those of you just watching, my camera is just doing everything by itself, doing what it wants to do, and it's shooting me wide now. And is it just changing? What is it doing right now? I have no idea. Doesn't matter. Well, thank you for being on the show. Jesus Christ, everything is out of whack. So if you're watching this, I'm not fixing this in post because you're watching this for free. So shut up. Anyway, so so the other reason that I was there was for Joint Venture. The Joint Venture is a series that I decided to start doing. I was there to continue shooting that. It's basically where we explore the history of cannabis from prohibition to essential service. So from prohibition to essential service, we go through all of that, and that is awesome. This is so weird. This camera is acting all sorts of strange. But anyway, so far, we've done for Joint Venture, we've done Michigan, we've done Colorado, we've done Florida. We're about to do Illinois, South Carolina, Virginia, Massachusetts, and New York. I want to do all the states, but so far, that's how much we're able to do right now. That's how much it's feasible to do. I'm wanting to start the series, and I want to release it in 2022. Still working on all the details. It's just one of my crazy little projects that I like to have. So, the other reason that I was there was for my brother. I wanted to commemorate him, and he took his own life almost 3 years ago on September 15th. So this all just coincided time-wise, and I was very happy that happened. So when he died, I was still processing everything. I hadn't really, processed his death too much. I hadn't had time. So right when he died, I was still processing my older brother's death. My older brother passed away of cancer a few months prior to him, I think in March. Prior to that, my father had passed away. And prior to that, my grandmother had passed away. So it's just all within a year and change of one another. And so a lot to go over. And so I felt like this was a week that I could at least in part process his death and enjoy some of the places that he enjoyed. And went to some of his favorite sites, went to places like Red Rocks. And my next trip, I'm definitely going to plan around a couple of shows. There's so much cool stuff over there. Like they absolutely ruined anything that has to do with burritos, especially breakfast burritos. Holy crap. There was they really lean into the fact that they are a cannabis-friendly city, from cannabis-themed restaurants and bars to you name it. I mean, you have everything that you can think of cannabis-wise over there. Very, very far, and much cheaper prices, much better prices at in Colorado. So I was there in Denver. I was in Colorado Springs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. So yeah, but a lot of it, it was a very emotional trip. It was an emotional trip. So anyway, this is the part of the show that I say, look, if you're thinking of killing yourself, don't do it. Don't do it. If you're thinking of killing yourself, know that your family will be glad that you did not do it. And as somebody who knew my brother as well as he did, I could tell you that he regretted it the minute that he did it. If there is an afterlife, he definitely regretted it. So don't do it. Yeah. So like I said, I was there for a wedding, partly for a wedding. And at this wedding, it was a destination wedding, and it was beautiful. I was on the side of a mountain. I mean, destination weddings are beautiful, and when you are planning a destination wedding, one of the things that you need to do is figure out who the hell is going to be there, because to give you an idea, a wedding just locally, I know that because I've DJ'd, a not insignificant portion of my income has been DJing specifically private events, weddings, and stuff like that. And I can tell you that those prices run from $100 to $300 a plate if you're talking at a resort. And when I came back home, I ran into a story about a couple who invoiced the people that RSVP'd and didn't show up to their wedding. Okay, so this is out of Insider. A Chicago couple posted a $240 invoice. $240 invoice for their no-call, no-show guests who didn't attend their destination wedding. So it's, this is petty. Part of me wants to say, yeah, that's fine, just do it. The other part of me says, no, because it's the wedding and you're expected to kind of lose money. Like, look, weddings are one of those things that I can tell you for a fact they are more expensive than any other party. And here's the reason why. When you are, it's for good reason. People talk about, weddings people always charge extra for weddings. It's for a reason, man. Like, for example, I'm DJing at West End in a couple of weeks. And if worst case scenario, God forbid something happens and I screw up playing a song, or I don't play a request or something like that. If that happens at West End, it's fine. The person's probably drunk and won't remember. To be fair, at a wedding they could also be drunk and not remember. But this is somebody's special day. This is somebody's special day. So there is a reason why the wedding industry charges more. Because if you the stakes are raised, man. The stakes are raised. You have to plan everything to a T. But on top of that, if anything goes wrong and it's your fault, it's your reputation. It's your ass. So enough about that. Let's ask. Let's ask the question: if you had a wedding, a destination wedding, and the guests said that they would RSVP, and they had multiple opportunities to rescind the RSVP, would you charge them? Is this a route that you would go? Would you be that petty? Now, the notes section of the invoice says, this invoice is being sent to you because you confirmed seats at the reception during the final head count. The amount above is the cost of your individual seat because you did not call or give us proper notice. So this is the amount of your seats paid in advance. You can pay via Zelle or PayPal. Please reach out to us and let us know your method of payment. Thank you. Wow, that's good. I mean, that's good. This is next level petty. But I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it. especially if it's a destination. I mean, okay, look, if it's a destination wedding, you're talking about extra stuff for both parties, to be fair. So if you ask somebody to go to your destination wedding, you're asking them to spend money on a plane ticket, probably. You're asking them to spend money on lodging. You're asking them to, all of that at minimum. So then there's the stress of flying, and if you've followed my social media threads the last few days, you could tell that I'm not a big fan of the airline industry right now. I was just informed this morning, speaking of which, that I was not getting a refund for my plane ticket, that they canceled, that I instead was going to get a credit to, basically I can spend my money there later because they didn't want me to spend the money there now. That's basically what they're saying. That's what that is.